Greetings, champs. My name is Chinaza Dusan, and I'm excited to come to you as the CEO and founder of Your Tax Girl. Many of you know that I am a network marketing professional, and of course, one of my specialties happens to be in the arena of taxes, helping people put together solid strategies that will afford you an opportunity as a home-based business owner to maximize on the tax code. So moving forward and having a great tax experience, I want to share with you some very valuable information that I think will allow you to make an informed decision as to why you should be a home-based business owner. You know, I have a conversation and I ask the primary question all around the country: what is the greatest expense that you believe you will ever incur in your lifetime? And you know what? I get some powerful answers, but one of the three that stick out is your home, your children, and education. And while those are very sizable expenses, the largest expense that you will ever incur in your lifetime is, in fact, taxes. You see, you pay a tax on just about everything. They pay taxes when you're born, and taxes will be paid on you well after you're long gone. Now, I want you to understand that there are two types of systems, one for the employee and one for business owners. Let's start with the employee. Employees are taxed 5 times before ever receiving earned income. My goodness, the power of a home-based business is literally getting them in position to lower their tax liability. Whereas business owners, you are allowed business deductions before paying taxes on the income that you have earned. Let's think about that. There has been some amazing information that the U.S. Treasury has put out. They've said themselves that a tax is a compulsory payment for which there is no specific benefit received. I want you to think about that for a moment. There is no benefit received on the taxes that you're paying. And then, of course, I love this one. Former IRS Commissioner Donald Alexander said it himself. He said the truth is that they have such limited budgets, such limited manpower, that the only way that they can enforce the income laws and collect the revenue and keep you honest is by letting you be afraid, if you will, in paying your taxes. Let me test that theory. What do you think will happen if you don't pay your taxes? The common answer is jail, right? Well, I'm going to tell you something. Tax evasion is indeed illegal, but tax avoidance, well, folks, it's not illegal. You get a raise understanding every time you can legitimately avoid paying a tax on something. And that came from CPA Mr. George Brown himself. So again, what we're talking about today is tax avoidance, legitimately avoiding paying taxes. Let me talk about how. Now, understanding that there are expenses that you are incurring every single day. And my job as a tax professional is to help you convert these everyday living expenses into profitable, tax-deductible business expenses. Let me say that again. My job as a tax professional is to help you convert your everyday living expenses into legitimately business-deductible expenses. Think about the expenses you're already incurring on a daily basis. Auto, gas, insurance, right? Home expenses, the mortgage, the interest, electricity, maintenance, travel expenses, right? My goodness, the travel that you're doing as business owners, travel expenses, those are everyday expenses, right? Entertainment, meals, legal or professional services, repairs and maintenance, interest fees. I could go on and on and on, but there are so many expenses that you're already incurring. And so again, we're going to help you transition those expenses into tax deductible expenses legally. Now, I often hear tax professionals, or should I say some of my new clients who have told me, listen, I went to my preparer and they told me that they could not file that business on my return because I didn't create any income. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. I would love for you to pack up your belongings, grab your things, and exit stage left. Why? Because when a preparer tells you that that's going to generate a red flag or they can't do that, they're really politely telling you that they don't know how to prepare your return. So let's talk about the red flags, because there are really only 4 categories by which red flags fall into. One being expenses or credits not associated with your business. Category 2 is items of lavish or extravagant nature for personal or recreational use. Number 3 is large deductions that are out of line with the amount of income that you are reporting. And number 4 is the abusive use of deductions or credits associated with your business. If you don't fall into any one of these 4 categories, then there will be no red flags. Now, again, the other thing that the tax professionals may tell you is that if I do that, that may trigger an audit. Well, let me inform you. The IRS has literally taken that word audit and transferred it into conducting examinations. You see, they realize the negative stigmatism that is associated with that word, and so they want to make it a little bit more consumer friendly, if you will. The only thing about an audit is that they are looking to prove that the information on your return is accurate, the deduction is legal, and your income is honestly stated. So with that being said, there is nothing wrong with an audit, unless in fact you're lying. And of course, that's not going to be the case this year with you. See, just to give you some statistics with audits, those who make anywhere from $200,000 and up have a 3.3% chance of actually being audited. Whereas those who gross under $25,000, your chances are slimmer. It's a 1.2% chance that you'll actually receive or go through an audit, or should I say conducting an examination. And like I said earlier, nothing wrong with an audit unless you're lying. Now, I want to tap into some of the things that employees don't know. The key to unlocking your income and, of course, maximizing is called taxable income. Let me give you a basic formula. Imagine that you are a W-2 employee and you're grossing a little bit over $40,000 a year. We'll use that as a rough number. You're going to get a standard deduction for $6,100. And then you're going to get an individual exemption for $3,900. When you deduct those two, you end up with a total deduction of $10,000. You take that away from your what we call AGI, adjusted gross income, that $40,000 you generated, and now the taxable income you're left with is $30,000. What I need you to know here is that your expenses cannot exceed your taxable income. What do I mean by that? If you only have $30,000 of taxable income, you cannot report $30,100, if you will, of expenses. That's where you'll trigger a red flag, and we don't want that for you. Now, again, guys, I want you to take the self-test and go to your last year's return looking on line 43. And what you're looking for is what's called, as I said, taxable income. If there is a number there, your tax professional's job, especially with you being a home-based business owner, is to take that number, my goodness, take your expenses and decrease that number so it will in turn increase your refund or decrease your overall tax liability. I am excited because, again, as a tax professional, one of the jobs that I have is to help you identify deductions and credits that are available to you. My job is also to help you reduce your AGI as an employee, your adjustable gross income, and of course, as a 1099 or self-employed individual, helping you to reduce that tax liability by, again, leveraging credits and deductions. The beautiful thing about it is that tax credits are more valuable. However, they are created, as I said, to stimulate the economy, meaning that they will change from year to year. And while deductions are actual business expenses and the costs that are associated with running your business, they remain the same from year to year. And there are hundreds of deductions. I would be able to say thousands of deductions that are available to you as a home-based business owner, while there are only a few credits. So with the right tax professional such as myself, we're going to be able to help you maximize and identify all the credits that you qualify for. There are 2 requirements in order to do this. 1, you must run your business on a regular and consistent basis. What do I mean by consistent? 3 to 4 hours a week at minimum. Point number 2, you must run your business with the intent to make a profit. We always say, and I know that no one gets in business for the purposes of taking a loss. You have to understand that your intent is translated to the proof and documentation that we will solicit from you in order to provide you with an amazing tax experience. Let's talk about your home as a place of business. As a home-based business owner, this is one of my favorite areas. The law simply says this: you must carry on a bona fide business. Your business part must be exclusive and regular and for the trade of your business. And the business part of your home must be one of the following areas. 1, your principal place of business, or a place where you meet and deal with your customers in the normal course or trade of your business, or a separate structure used in connection with your trade or business. Now, for me, my home, I have offices, and of course I have an area that I meet with my guests, and those are areas that are bona fide to support my business. Guys, I'm so excited because your home as a place of business is the most critical portion of being a home-based business owner. Now, because you're working out of your home, you're able to literally deduct a portion of your rent, your electric, your gas, your water, your home phone, and of course, we're in the travel industry, so things like your internet, your cable. I could go on and on and on, but let me just give you a few other tidbits here. You see, those of you who have mortgage interest, you're in a great position, especially those of you who are also paying property taxes. You see, from your bank, you're going to receive what's called a 1098, which normally gets filed on a Schedule A. But now, because you're a home-based business owner, it'll also be filed on Form 8829, which is a form that serves for the business use of your home. And of course, you're able to tap into that double deduction because it gets filed on both forms. Now, again, guys, think about that. You have insurance, you have repairs and maintenance, you have utilities. All of these, and a portion thereof, qualify as legitimate deductions for you, the home-based business owner. Now, I get excited because I know that you've got that jazzy vehicle, you've got that car, but guess what? We can now convert that vehicle into a home-based business vehicle, your company vehicle, right? Now, every time you leave your home, it could be for the potential business expense, right? You may be, or in most cases are, in the pursuit of profit. I want to recommend that you get a sign, a car sign, advertising your business. Because at the end of the day now, you can earn 56.5 cents for every single mile that you drive. And of course, you simply have to identify the circumstances where you can redirect those expenses to a tax-deductible event. I also want you to keep a great mileage log. See, the beautiful thing is that there are apps out there that will help you, like TripLog, right? A great mileage log that will help you tap into the gas, the repairs, the insurance, because now you are fully using your vehicle as a home-based business vehicle, or should I say a company vehicle. And think about the expenses that go along with that company vehicle. The gas, the tires, guys, the maintenance, the washing it every single week, right? You want to make sure that you're in position and, as I say, in pursuit of profit. Your meals and entertainment, another amazing deduction that home-based business owners absolutely love. You see, your meals and entertainment in the realm of business should serve as a way for you to do one of three things. 1, generate income. 2, create goodwill. 3, thank your employees, your contractors, your business partners, your sideline partners, however you categorize them, for a job well done. And of course, you must be able to document and show that this was done on the same day. Of course, show that you held a business meeting to, again, create income in pursuit of profit, of course, or for a purpose, or should I say business benefit. And again, you can also find a way to deduct your spouse's expense, because if you can show that the purpose for the spouse was clearly for business, then the spouse cost is also a tax deduction. Now, also as a home-based business owner, there are operational expenses like office, like gifts that you give out. You know, I call it the Oprah Winfrey effect. Every single year, Oprah would give out all these amazing gifts. See, what I've come to know is that she files the same exact tax forms as you and I. She just has a few more zeros on the end of hers. The beautiful thing is that you don't give those gifts out from your personal side. You let your company give those gifts out. You put your logo, your business cards, attach them to the gifts, and you give those away, making those operation expenses. You also have business uniforms and clothing, business image maintenance, things you got to get together, like your hair or your barber. These are things, depending upon what you do as a home-based business owner, that you may be able to leverage moving forward. You also have cell phone expenses, another operational expense of being in business. Now, here's one of my favorite expenses, being able to hire your children. And most of you know me, so as a single mom of 2 children, I love the fact that children between the ages of 7 to 17 can receive and offer you up to a $6,100 deduction per child. You see, on that Schedule C, there are 24 areas by which we categorize. And one of those areas, of course, is contract labor. Children present a tax-free option for you. Why? Because they are not subjected to payroll taxes. Now, again, the rules of engagement are very simple. You must have a W-9 on file for that child. You must provide a 1099 for the income that you've paid out to that child. And you must create a contract for the services performed. And again, there are a couple of things that I don't want you to do. My job is to help you audit-proof your business. So one thing you must do is purchase a business. Go to your Secretary of State, set up your corporation, get a DBA or an assumed name, go to the IRS and apply for your EIN. It's absolutely free. Open a business account, because what the government does not like to see is the commingling of your funds. And of course, one, you can do it through a DBA, doing business as or assumed name, and of course an EIN that stands for your employment identification number. And of course, you're able to now have a business account and deposit your income without the fees, tax-free. A couple of things I want you to consider. I often hear people tell me, listen, my preparer did not allow me to add my business onto my return. And I want to tell you that amending your previous returns does not hurt to have a second look. I want you to revisit the last 3 years of which you filed taxes. Check line 43. Let's see if there's something on there, because we don't want you to leave any money on the table. When you look at line 43, that'll tell me as a preparer how much money that you've possibly left on the table. And so again, guys, I want you to remember this. In order to have an amazing tax experience, documentation beats conversation every single time. Document, get organized, and of course, let your tax girl help you and of course provide an amazing solution, a solid strategy as you move forward as a home-based business owner. Guys, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you so much for listening to this information. Definitely share this with other home-based business owners. And of course, as a tax preparer, there's some definite expenses that you're going to incur this year, but I want to get you organized. So let's sit down. Let's have a consultation. You can reach me at yourtaxgirl@outlook.com. You can call my office directly at area code 404-464-6733. And of course, you can go to my website at yourtaxgirl.com for more amazing information. Let's get you started. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is just too crowded. Thank you.